All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a company that, you might not hear about every day, but it's absolutely crucial. We're talking about Amphenol. They're basically making the nuts and bolts of the whole AI revolution. And their latest earnings report, well, it wasn't just good, it was frankly mind-blowing. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll hit those headline results that just grabbed everyone's attention. Then we're going to dig into the actual numbers and figure out what's really driving all this. Spoiler alert, it's AI. We'll also look at how they're building an empire through some big-time acquisitions, and then wrap up with a peek into what 2026 might look like.
All right, first up, the record-breaking year. Let's get right to the headline number that really got Wall Street buzzing. I mean, this isn't just a good quarter. It's a real statement of intent.
Okay, check this out. A 76%, that's 76%, year-over-year jump in adjusted earnings per share. I mean, to give you some context here, anything in the double digits is usually seen as pretty great. So 76%, that's a stunning number that makes everyone sit up and pay attention.
And you can hear the confidence coming straight from the top. The CEO, R. Adam Norwitt, he called 2025 uniquely successful. And yeah, you can see why. Hitting a sales record of over $23 billion, that's not just another good year. That's a massive, massive leap forward for the company.
So the big question is, how on earth did they pull this off? I mean, it's one thing to have a great year, but it's something else entirely to just completely shatter what all the experts were predicting. Let's dig in and see just how much they outperformed. So if you look at the numbers here, it's pretty clear. They didn't just squeak by the estimates. No, they blew right past them. For revenue, they were expected to bring in around $6.2 billion, but they actually hit $6.44 billion. That's a huge beat, and it's the same story for earnings per share. They didn't just meet expectations, they crushed them. That's the definition of outperformance right there. And this wasn't just, a one-quarter fluke. The picture for the entire year really shows you the scale of what's happening here. Just look at that jump on the chart. They went from $15.2 billion in sales in 2024 all the way up to $23.1 billion in 2025. That's a 52% jump in 1 year. That is some serious momentum.
Okay, so a jump that big, it really makes you wonder, right? What in the world was the engine driving this incredible performance? Because look, growth like this doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's got to be fueled by a massive market trend. And well, it turns out Amphenol is sitting right in the sweet spot.
So what's really fueling this incredible growth? It's the question everybody's asking. And the answer? Well, the answer is all about the physical stuff, the actual hardware that our digital world is built on.
And this chart really tells the story. You can see their sales broken down by market. And that big slice there, IT datacom, that's the one. It's their powerhouse, making up a whopping 38% of their Q4 sales. I mean, sure, their other markets are doing fine, but it's the world of data centers where the real action is happening for Amphenol.
And when I say the action's happening there, I mean it. That segment is on fire. We're talking 110% growth in a single quarter. That's just an insane number. And the company is crystal clear about why. It's the explosive demand for everything related to AI. The AI gold rush is on, and Amphenol is selling the picks and shovels. But here's the thing. Amphenol isn't just sitting back and riding this AI wave. No, they're actively shaping their own destiny with some really smart strategic buys. This isn't just about getting bigger, it's about building a genuine empire.
So they made two really big moves. First, they picked up a company called Trexon, which beefs up their offerings for the defense market. That's a solid move. But the second one, that was the real headline grabber. They closed on their largest acquisition ever, buying CommScope's CCS business.
And this right here is the masterstroke. It's a perfect match for the AI world. Think about it like this. Amphenol was already the king of high-speed copper interconnects. You can think of those as the superhighways that move data inside the servers. But with the CommScope deal, they just bought the bullet trains, the fiber optic connections that move data between servers and data centers. They're basically setting themselves up to own the entire data transportation network from end to end.
And the impact of this one single deal? It's huge. First off, it's expected to add another, get this, $4.1 billion in sales in 2026, just like that. But maybe even more important, it positions Amphenol across the entire interconnect spectrum. They become the essential one-stop shop for all their huge AI data center customers.
So, with this powerful new arsenal in their back pocket,
What does the outlook for 2026 actually look like? What is the company expecting for the road ahead? Let's take a look at their guidance.
Yeah, it looks like the momentum is set to continue. And then some. For the first quarter of 2026, they're guiding for sales growth between 43 and 45% and earnings growth between 44 and 48%. So no, this is not a slowdown. This is them telling the market that this incredible run is far from over.
And really, this is what it all boils down to. This is why it matters. The whole AI boom, it's not just about fancy software and powerful chips. At its heart, it's a massive physical infrastructure project. You need connectors, you need cables, you need fiber optics to make it all work. And Amphenol, they're one of the key companies providing the literal building blocks for this new world.
So that kind of leaves us with a final question, doesn't it? Amphenol's incredible surge shows that there's a fortune to be made in the hidden hardware of AI. With data demands just continuing to explode, you have to wonder, what other quiet, hidden infrastructure giants are out there right now, building the backbone of the AI economy?